Another beautiful day to bring on other things that happen for inside Nigeria. Good evening to you and welcome to Update with Precious. It's always a pleasure to be with you every evening to bring you updates of events and happenings across Nigeria. And as usual, I'm always excited to be with you. Today is Sunday, the sixth day of the month of June 2025. And you could say the first Sunday of the month. Oh, no, second Sunday of the month it is. Yeah. The first was last Sunday, yeah. Okay, so joining me in the studio this evening is Prince Francis Chilaka. As usual, he's my Sunday medicine or my Sunday tonic. Prince Francis, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank
Precious,
you.
how are you?
You look holiday-ish. Are you in a holiday? Are you on holiday?
Yeah. I'm trying to, you know,
Rest.
you can't really carry all the problems of this country on your shoulder.
Wallahi, you know, if you carry wahala for all the wahala for your head, that's all. Welcome. So, all right, let me quickly run us through the hot topics that we have this evening. Appoint women as security chiefs. Lawyer Adam tells Tinubu, since the male security chiefs they no great work, maybe that the women own go work for us. Mieti Allah decries killing of members, rustling of over 1,000 cattle in Benue State. As people they talk say for Benue, herdsmen they attack villages, kill people, they destroy farms, they pursue people for their houses, and the killings have been, even much more right now. It's been on the increase in Benue State. The Mieti Alakon, they say, excuse me, they're also killing our members. Eh. Okay, I'll let you in on that. Insecurity, Oni of Ife backs President Tinubu's decision to hire forest guards. That one saved day. And then implement wise electoral reforms. Reforms reports abandoned for 17 years now. Okechukwu tells Tinubu, and I think Nenadi Usman also chimed in on the same issue too. Moving on to other issues, Biafra civil war was not my choice. Gowon speaks out. Biafra civil war was not my choice, but whose choice was it? You get to hear that details of that in the course of this conversation, right? And still speaking about Biafra war, Igbo women urge Gowon to reveal truth about Aburi Accord. Igbo women urge Gowon to reveal truth about Aburi Accord. You get to know details of that too in the course of this conversation. Moving on, can you ask Nigerian government to pay compensation for cancelling Dubar celebrations? That is their tradition, their celebration being cancelled and because of power tussle and politics. Isn't it lovely? Let's move on. Ojude Oba, FG, ready to collaborate in developing tourism sector. Minister, I think it's time. 2027 poll, three APC members appointed INEC Rex. And on I keep quiet, Serap blows hot, task Tinubu. Why on I go employ three APC members as Serap help? Even the ones that are not APC members, sef, you go find out say they be either friends or family friends or relative or brothers with APC members. Like the Edo incident with Wiki and the Delta State incident with Akpabio. You understand. Now, Jonathan, others piled pressure on Tinubu to reinstate Fobara. That's also in the news. Ijo will disown Governor Diri if he dares defect to APC. Ijo Media Forum president speaks out. And then Tinubu's economic reforms will fail without urgent political restructuring. Olisa Abakoba warns him. And then we'll move on to other issues. Nigeria's economy is back on track under Tinubu, says Budget Minister Atiku Bagudu. In case you don't know him, he used to be former Abacha's man. Okay, they say Nigeria economy day on track now. You know, so maybe your economy, budget and economy national planning minister. So if he says it is on track, that means it is on track. So Nwolu prostrates, seeks Tinubu's forgiveness as Lagos governor's future wobbles after Obasa's impeachment. You hope Baba for like, Baba, I beg you. Daddy, I will not do it again. Okay, now. Okay, moving on to other issues. Nigerians losing their minds in Libya prisons. Returnees are crying out. Now, wow, what thing will come make Nigerians for all places go Libya go stay if Nigeria for good small like this? Well, experts want a state, local government, bank debts hit 4 trillion naira. Bottom line is that your local government, your state are now owing banks as much as 4 trillion naira. Did they carry on a state and local government borrow money? Defection. PDP moves to flush out disloyal members. Who they talk this one? Who go fit do that one? June 12, President Tinubu to confer national honors on select legislators. And then, yeah, I did already tell you that Mieti Allah is crying out over their members. So these and other issues we're bringing to you this evening. But before then, let me quickly let you in on something that I saw on social media earlier today. Um, Prince Francis Chilak, I would have played the video to you, but let me leave that. Perhaps save it for another day. Now, we hear that an Igbo trader in Ifo, Ogun State, in fact, Igbo traders in Ifo, Ogun State, shut down their businesses today to protest over the death of Mrs. Blessing Eze, who was stabbed to death by touts. Now, the incident reportedly occurred after she refused to pay a 1,500 Owomida festival tax. You know, so then get different Owo. This one and a festival Ilea tax. Pay your Ilea tax. She don't get Owo Ilea, Owo Ilea. This tax is allegedly imposed on traders in connection with the Eid Mubarak celebrations observed by Muslim. And when she said, I think they said the way it happened, she told them, "I've not sold. I never sell yet. Come back later when I sell." Next thing they get angry, begin destroy her shop and all that. And she tried to stop them. They stabbed her bleed to death. Prince Francis Chilak, I hate to start my conversation with this kind of sad incidences, but it is crazy. It is crazy. Now, the Ogun State governor, who by the way is enjoying his Ojude Oba festival, I wonder what he has to say about this. And I don't know why anybody has, even the police and all of that haven't spoken about this. The worst part is that no national daily has carried the story. No major newspaper don't carry this story. That woman, Mrs. Eze, don't die go. It doesn't matter whether she's Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, wherever she comes from. She's first of all a human being before where she comes from. That woman don't die now, go for nothing. Because of waiting, Owoda. How did we empower these touts to this level and make them so tough and inhumane? Miss Francis, let me let you speak, please.
Precious, when you talk about Toby, and you talk about miscreants that are becoming a law unto themselves, they're becoming a force within an organized system. You don't really blame them. And the reason why you don't blame them is because they have the backing of either a local government chairman, or sometimes they claim that they are working for the Yaloja of Nigeria, so to say. So these are miscreants that are used by politicians. And after the elections, they have no way of empowering them. They just push them out in the street to go and, they give them various tickets to hold on to, wheelbarrow ticket, Okada ticket, Danfo ticket, or, all kinds. They just have all kinds of tickets. And they are very, very vicious. Very vicious and very, very, how do I put it? They're so crazy. You pray not to have any reason to meet with them or for them to confront you. So it's something that I don't know how we got to this point, especially in the Southwest. It has moved from the Southwest, even in the Southeast. Onitsha is a no-no. So it's government that is empowering these people. Whether the government wants to hear it or not, it is government. Some of them even go as far as telling you, that Baba has asked them to take over the streets. And when they talk of Baba, who do they refer to? They refer to Mr. President. Because these are same people that were used to grab it, snatch it, and run. Normal thinking youths, normal thinking Nigerians, hardworking Nigerians will not engage in such. So it is now for government at all levels to find a way to ban these urchins from the streets. If you think that the one that happened in Otta is a small one, isn't it? Come to Oshodi. You pray that when you're driving in Oshodi in the night, anytime from 7 p.m., you will pray that your car does not break down. They will come after you. So it's a menace that we need to curb. And most of these people are on drugs, all manner of drugs, from taking cocaine to heroin to smoking all manner of things to taking all the hard drinks on the street. And so they feel that they're on top of the world. And unfortunately, They never get arrested. When you arrest them, you take them to the police station, a call will come in, you don't know who is calling at the back end, and they are released. So, unfortunately, we have, as a people and as a government, have on our own encouraged and empowered non-state actors to become very active. If you look at history, how banditry, how Boko Haram started in the north, it started like joke. Initially, they used to be on an Okada bike and they'll be harassing people and all of that. And then gradually they graduated into what they have today. So when we keep talking about banditry, talking about terrorism, talking about kidnapping, talking about killings in the north, we have it in the south. We have it because every day people are always fighting in the markets, people are fighting on the roads, because these guys feel that they have so much power. When I was growing up, I'll tell you this, Precious, when I was growing up, you dare not stand on the road and you see a policeman coming. You would take to your heels. But today, these guys are ready to confront the policemen. They are, they face them face to face and ask them, what can you do? So the system on its own is failing the country. And we need to do something drastic about it. Honestly speaking, we need to do something about it. Across the entire nation, urchins, area boys, hoodlums, thugs are taking over. And, everybody folds their hand and they think all is well. All is not well. We need to caution the local government chairmen. A lot of them, most of them are responsible. Most of them are responsible. So we need to caution them. If these boys are boys they use for elections and all of that, get them, carefully employed. Push them out of the streets so that they stop harassing people. Some streets in Lagos, they put a sign. Maybe the Lagos state government put a sign and call it one way. These same guys will go and hide it. And sometimes they will even be the ones that will direct you to enter that same one way.
And then they hold
you.
You
get caught. They work hand in hand with the police. They work hand in hand with the various task force. So it's a menace that we need to curb. So government should please do something about it, and urgently.
So this is very painful and very difficult, especially at this time when these things hardware well. As a matter of fact, one of the news and why I get self now, say Salah people they complain, say market they very slow. They no sell a lot for this Salah period. Say
what do they want to sell now?
Federal government to intervene as markets they very bad.
Where do they want to sell?
So
where
here
the
is
money
a woman
to
who
sell?
perhaps is just trying to struggle to feed her children. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that feedback. Thank you, Patrick Lee. Thank you, Eight. Yeah. So here is a woman who's struggling to see how she can feed her children and tell them, say, oh, yeah, make gonna come back later and never sell. Next thing you kill her, you stab her. It's even the way we let these boys wield weapons unnecessarily.
You know the funny thing, Precious, let me tell you, we keep defining things in this country, things we shouldn't really define. We like to tag names to make it look holy, to make it look acceptable. Because the next thing they will tell you tomorrow is that, oh, they are cultists. And then I ask and then I ask the government, when did cultists when did they become so powerful that they cannot be arrested, they cannot be persecuted? So the society, unfortunately, is falling into a very bad situation. Morality has been thrown to the dogs. Nobody cares. I remember in Lagos when Fashola was governor, he made sure that these guys were off the street. But today, go to an Igbo market, for instance, you'll be shocked. The boys, if you buy something, the moment you want to put it in your boot, they'll come and close your boot that you have to pay for loading in your own car. If you have outside guys carrying basket, they'll stop them, tell them to pay for carrying the basket. The same with the wheelbarrow people. So they don't even know how much you, as somebody who's coming to the market, what is your budget?
I hear that if you go to Alaba market and you're carrying a carton, for carrying the carton and passing, you don't buy something for the carton, you go pay.
You must pay.
They go tax you for what you buy.
Now,
if you carry generator, say me you go fix that to carry the generator in you pay.
It is so bad. It is so bad.
Crazy.
I'll give you a typical example. At my 2, which is in Lagos, if you go and clear a car from port and you are driving through my 2 coming to Oshodi, those boys will stop you at my 2. If you don't settle them, they will either damage your side mirror, or they break your windshield. They do it. Few months back, the police raided them and they were off. Now they are back. There's a bridge, the new link bridge they built, linking Second Rainbow to First Stack. You find them on top of the bridge with sticks. With sticks, you find them on top of the bridge. And now you even find policemen on top of the same bridge. And I'm asking, when did policemen start putting up checkpoints on the bridge? So how do we move on? How do we define a society and we say this society is normal? Nothing is normal in Nigeria anymore. We just accept everything as norm, but it is not. It is an aberration. It is totally wrong and unacceptable. You go to the markets, they harass you. These days, you even find some of them standing very close to supermarkets. And I'm beginning to ask myself, why are they gathering around supermarkets? What it means that with time, they will start asking you to pay for coming out of the supermarket. And then I ask, is this part of the promises of Mr. President saying he's going to widen the tax? Is that part of it? Because every one of them, every one of them will tell you that they have tickets. They always have different tickets that they issue. So Nigeria has become a country where if you commit an offense, first time, there's nothing like first-time offender. There's nothing like a mistake. Once they are there, they are there. Once they hold, few weeks back, I was driving home and I stopped at Celeb bus stop to drop a colleague. You won't believe it. Some guys came and stood in front of my car that I have to pay for parking. I almost ran them over.
All right. So let's quickly take a listen to. I just watched this video briefly. It's skeletally done anyway. I didn't have time to work on it, but this is according to a video where you see one of the market people. I think the market, one of the Igbo Market Association people, post to create awareness on this because they say the police no great talk anything about them. They no great talk anything. So say them, they just can't decide to protest to create awareness on the woman incident and her death because they don't leave her now.
In the code of blood. Yeah, and nobody is saying anything about it. Our people are just marching freely in the market to protest, to draw the attention of the federal government, of the state government. So that's where it's happening. It's not you saw it in Facebook. It's not you saw it on TikTok. We are live to tell you what is happening. So everybody is bitterly complaining. Everybody is bitterly complaining. Shocks are you cannot sell a half piece. You imagine that is one of the traders complaining. They will ask you for money. We are live for now, right away, in the protest of our sister, Mrs. Eze, that was being stabbed to death by the Yoruba Talks yesterday, a neighbor here in Ogun State. Stating as Prince Hugo is bringing you live updates. This is the protest going on here. We are at the venue of the incident. We are this just the protest going on in the market presently. I am live here to bring you an update. Live event is not about TikTok, not about Facebook. The reason for this update is to tell you that we are everywhere, covering any event taking place against our people. Our people have been intimidated, they have been harassed, they have been killed. Market worth millions of naira destroyed. So we want the relevant authority to take note of this. This embarrassment, this humiliation here is too much. We cannot take it again. We cannot take it any longer. We cannot accept this any longer. This is very painful. Please, if possible, I'm going to bring the corpse of the woman live. So I would like our people those that are in charge of this kind of matter to take note. And I will try to get information from the market leadership. So if whatever they said, I'm going to update people. So we can no longer accept it. You can imagine. Look at our people protesting here. We are in it for. We are in it for local government.
All right. So yeah, that's it. All right, so I just needed to create awareness on this. Make we know say this not the kind of thing will happen. I wish say I fit contact the PRO of police for Ogun State and ask them why they never respond about the matter. But if I can, I'll reach out to them and find out because this is really sad. As I said,
You, you,
no mainstream media don't carry this matter since yesterday. We happened. All the news media they quiet and silent about them. That woman don't die go. The governor of course no go talk. Even like I said, death no mean anything to us again for this country. So now just like just the
no,
continue and
no, no.
prevail.
Let me quickly state this. It's not people no longer have value for human lives. It's just that we seem to have a government that does not care about the people. So people do whatever they want to do, and nobody cares. I mean, look at what is happening in Benue State, for instance. Look at the way people are being slaughtered on a daily basis. So we just have a system that it appears we don't have government in this country right now. And this
All
is
right.
so, so sad.
Speaking about insecurity and government, an activist, Madwa Buchidam, has today, Sunday, called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to include women in his security apparatus. Idam urged Tinubu to include women in the appointment of his security chiefs. He noted that women are firm in decision making, adding that their stable and consistent nature gives them the advantage when appointed to lead the security system in Nigeria. I don't know what you think about this. In fact, it says, giving the spate of insecurity in Nigeria, the time for out of the box thinking has has to be now. Noting that he said nothing produces a different result than done repeatedly in the same manner. Meanwhile, Mr. Tinubu president to justify his principle of constitutional mandate, which is security of lives and property, he needs to try something else by ensuring he gets women. So speaking about that insecurity and perhaps bringing women, I told you that the Benue State chapter, the Benue, not any other chapter, the same Benue State where the chief of army staff don't carry in camp now go stay because of the way we headsmen we carry gun. They use keep people for Benue State. So the Benue State chapter of the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, Nigeria, MACBAN, they don't raise concerns over the killing of one of their members. They say they kill one of their members and the rustling of 1,185 cattle and 54 sheep across Agato and Guma local government areas of the state. Then kill one of their members. Now, for that same state, if perhaps, I don't know, if the members of the Mieti Allah where they kill people, sorry, if the headsmen, the supposed armed headsmen where they say they kill people, na their members. I don't know how many times them Mieti Allah don't also come out, come complain about say, oh, these people where they keep people for Benue State, where they say na headsmen, maybe our own people, oh, our hand no dey inside, oh, they're not our members. Oh. I'm not sure they really distance themselves from that. But one of their members don't die now. They don't speak out. I say make I tell on a sharply. Now, for inside the statement we said they released over the weekend, person was signed under the chairman Ado Risco Mohammed and Secretary Ibrahim Galma. The association detailed the incident, which repeatedly began in midday May 2025. In fact, they talk about the matter, say they kill one of their members and they don't rustle that number of their cows. And then still speaking on insecurity, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyemi Togunwusi, Ojo the second, today Sunday, back President Bola Ahmed Tinubu proposal to get forest guards to secure our forest guards to secure our forest. Say time don't reach when BC will secure our forest because he really don't reach. He say I'm here to greet President for the Salah break and also to appreciate all the great work he's doing. Of course, I want to a country where he talk a lot of things. Talk about a country, you see, no one to make a, well, they talk a lot of things. But speaking about insecurity and all of this, do you think that, backing President Bola Tinubu's appointment of forest guards is a good stuff? And then what do you have to say about the appointment of female security chiefs? Perhaps because you don't try
The,
women.
the, the
Try women.
problem is not about who becomes the security chief.
It's
The
about
problem
what?
is about the political will to flush out these bandits. I believe that before now, you've seen quite a number of video clips posted by soldiers, young Nigerians who have been deployed to the northeast and to troubled areas, complaining that they do not have the weapons. That the kind of weapons they have is nothing compared to the weapons that these bandits or terrorists or Boko Haram are carrying. They have also complained of the fact that they don't get directives to engage. So when you don't have the directive to engage, what do? You saw a local government chairman in Benue State crying few weeks back when about, I think, 50, is it 26 or 52 people were slaughtered. And they said that a stone throw from that place, you have a military formation. And he said, I remember vividly what he said. He said, who is in charge? Why were they not giving directives to engage? So it doesn't matter who you are appointing. The question that everybody is asking is that, do this government have the political will to flush out these terrorists and the bandits? I hear that the governor of Benue State, Reverend Faralia, said he set up a committee of inquiry, and that from the interim report he has gotten, he's pointing fingers. He says some politicians in Abuja and even some members of the House and members of the upper and lower house, and they're involved. So we're waiting. I think he said by Wednesday he will release the names. So we hope he releases the names so that it's just not a matter of gaslighting Nigerians. But we need to know if there are people from Benue State that are involved, like he claims, politicians that are fueling this crisis or that are benefiting from this heinous crime going on, then point them out. So if we're going to say, oh, we want a woman appointed into service chief, it's not because of the banditry. It's not because of Boko Haram. It's not because of terrorism. No, we could say because we want gender equality. That makes more sense. But if you do that, who is going to give them the go-ahead to engage? That is another one. Now, talking about the Meete Allah, I think Meete Allah, they're very pretentious. They're very, very pretentious. They are not sincere, because in a country where, in a state where a lot of people have been killed, and then you're coming to say one of your members has been killed, is that not more like insulting the intelligence of the people of Benue State? You're comparing your cow. All this while you have not come out to say your cows are being rustled. Who are those rustling your cows? Where are they taking the cows to when they rustle them? Which market are they selling the cows? So I keep asking myself, why is it that every time the leadership of Meete Allah opens their mouth, there's foul smell? They're not being very honest. They're the most insincere set of human beings. Like you said, like you rightly said, we've never heard them come out to condemn the nefarious activities of headsmen who carry AK-47 around. They've never come out to condemn, Boko Haram and all to claim that they're not even their members. So who is deceiving who? I think it's high time, the groups like Meete Allah, when they talk, they should be arrested. Their leaders should be arrested so that we know who owns these cows that is creating problem in the country. And it still points back to the National Assembly. By now, the National Assembly should have enacted law outbanning open grazing across the country, making it an illegal act, punishable for any form of grazing. But they will not do that. Rather, they are busy decamping and recamping and moving from one party to another like headless chickens. So I really feel so bad, the way the political class is taking the Nigerian people. They are taking the Nigerian people for granted. And this is not leadership. This is not the kind of leadership that Nigerians, voted for or Nigerians are looking forward to. The insecurity in the land can be curbed. And like we're talking about insecurity, we're still talking about what is happening in markets across Nigeria. From Onitsha down to Lagos, down to Ogun, down to Ibadan. You see the activities of hoodlums. Nobody's checkmating them. Tomorrow they'll become something else. And we say, oh, how did we get here? Oh, we are seeing it today. When we should be curbing it, nobody's doing anything to curb it.
Somebody did say something. Somebody mentioned you here. The person said that you're anti-Igbo. Can this killing happen to Yoruba Hausa person or even any other tribe other than Igbos in Nigeria? But the likes of you, Chilaka, will never condemn it.
Well,
Hmm.
it's unfortunate that some people just speak from their anus, so to say,
Ew.
because first of all, this channel is not a channel that is meant to create chaos. We're not meant to create problem, add more problem to the problem. This channel is meant to find solutions, and the only way you find solution is to look for a middle ground. So if we begin to say, oh, because it is Igbo, let us scatter the whole place, what have we achieved? What have we really achieved? Maybe the person is not listening very well. Maybe that your listener needs to go back and listen very well.
All right.
Nobody in his right senses would support the killing of anyone for any reason. And that is why I said that these miscreants, these urchins, these area boys should be nipped in the bud. And the government has to do that urgently.
All right, so let's get to more serious issues. I don't even know if we should speak about this electoral reform now. We should leave it because of Justice Owai's death, or we'll just leave it and get to Biafra issue. When we come back from Biafra, then we'll visit Justice Owais because that Justice Owais conversation is a very strong conversation to have. But let's go to Biafra issue. As former military head of state, General Yakubu Gowon has said the Biafra civil war was never his choice. It not be my fault, not be my choice to make. Gowon was presiding over the affairs of Nigeria during the Civil War from July 6, 1967 to January 7th, 1970, I think. Now, he described the Civil War as the most difficult period of his life. Say as people think, say the thing sweet, say no, say the thing pain, that the thing, the part of his life we had them where pass. Now, this former ruler was speaking after he was honored with a Lifetime Integrity and Achievement Award at the 5th Convention of the Christian Men's Fellowship Abuja Anglican Diocese yesterday, Saturday in Abuja. He also disclosed that his decision to prosecute the Biafra civil war was never born out of hatred. Say in no start the civil war because of saying hate Igbo people. Now, Gowon explained that that he prosecuted the civil war due to the urgency to preserve national unity. Say that because he realize say it is very urgent to make sure say one Nigeria exists. Now waiting making start the civil war. Now the former ruler called for forgiveness, reconciliation, and unity across faiths and ethnicities. Say I beg, Muslims, Christians, we could forgive each other. Make everybody forgive each other. And then Igbos, Hausa, Yoruba, everybody, let's forgive each other. Let bygones be bygones. In fact, quoting him, he says, I always remember the Civil War. It was the most difficult period of my life. It was not my choice, but I had to be there and had to do what I did in order to keep the country together. This country together. It was
Well,
never I never finished, I'm so sorry, no
now
vex because
hold on, so that
yes, yes,
Gowon has said his own.
okay, sir.
You cannot have peace without justice.
Eh,
You cannot have peace without fairness. You cannot have peace without equity. And he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. So if Gowon is indirectly asking for peace and asking that bygones be bygones, it is this same Gowon that declared no victor, no vanquish. No victor, no vanquish. The Igbo man is still seen as a traitor till tomorrow. The Igbo man is seen as the one who started military rule in Nigeria with the Nziogu coup. But thank God that IBB has come out to say it is not an Igbo coup. So if Gowon really wants peace and forgiveness, I know he's seeking for peace and forgiveness for himself. He should come out and tell Nigerians the truth. He should tell Nigerians why he decided not to follow the Aburi Accord to the letter. So the thing is that there is a provocation. And the provocation for the declaration of a state of Biafra was by him. So if he's talking about peace, has he made, any kind of recompense for those who lost their lives? 3 million of Igbos were slaughtered for no just cause. And then when you talk about preserving the unity of Nigeria, like everybody keeps saying, oh, we must preserve the unity of Nigeria. But today, that unity has been fragmented along religious and ethnic lines. And what is he doing? What is he doing to heal the country? Nigeria needs a lot of healing. The Igbo man needs to be assured that, yes, he is part and parcel of this entity called Nigeria. But who is doing that? When it comes to the time for an Igbo man to maybe become a president or get elected as a president, you see the kind of, gang up that comes in. So the question is, when you say you want us to live together as one, come out and tell us the role you played and why you played that role, and then begin to ask for forgiveness.
All right, so
When
let me
you are
quickly.
sincere and honest, and you come out sincerely to tell the Nigerian people why you decided, after coming back from Ghana, and you decided that the Aburi Accord cannot hold, what went wrong?
Okay, so let me quickly finish what he said. He said, I always remember the Civil War. It's the most difficult period of my life. It was not my choice, but I had to be there and I had to do what I had to do to keep this country together. It was never a hatred against my people, any people at all. It was never a hatred against any people, I can assure you. That's just to say that it was never a hatred against Igbo people, saying that then the people is suffer. Reflecting on life after the period, the former head of state stressed that his decisions had often been guided by prayers and the desire to act with integrity and compassion. That means na prayer and this desire to act on integrity and then we can, declare war. I mean, as far as this heart is concerned, everything that I do, it is through prayers. And is God guided the civil war. I ask God to help me to do the right thing the way He thinks it should be done, with love and respect for all the people. That is why at the end, what we do, at the end, what do we do? What do we have to say, rather? As they say, no victor, no vanquished, he said. But then let me quickly touch on the reply that some Igbo women gave him. So, Igbo women under the aegis of Igbo Women Assembly, IWA, they've now asked him, the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, to break his silence. You don't do what? Tell us about the Aburi Accord. It's okay. You said there should be peace, there should be forgiveness. How about the Aburi Accord? What about it? What happened? What transpired? Just like you said, why did you renege on the agreement on the Aburi Accord? Now, the group insisted that there was nothing wrong in honoring victims of the Nigerian Civil War, contrary to misconceptions about Biafra Day anniversary. Remember that we celebrated Biafra Day, I think that the 1st of May. And they said there's nothing wrong with that, honoring people who died during that war. Why can't it be honored? Why can't Nigeria even set out a date to honor them? Understanding that they had the most loss. Now, the women who spoke on the heels of recent sit at home declared by Biafra agitations on May 30th, yeah, in honor of those who lost their lives and all of that, said remembering fallen heroes and heroines in global practice should not be criminalized. You know that it was almost like a criminal offense for people to sit at home that day to remember their fallen heroes. Now, National President of IWA, Lolo Nneka Chimzie, said that Biafra Remembrance Day has got to be part of our history that cannot be suppressed. She says, while appealing to the former head of state to come out clean on Aburi Accord, Chimezie urged Gowon not to die with the truth. Say, waiting anything where you do, Oga, and make sure say the truth, no follow you die. She says, don't die with the truth. Try talk amount now when you be alive. Or maybe that person will go tell somebody. So don't die with the truth. She urged Gowon not to die with the truth. And then, yeah. If the women want to, excuse me, I'm trying to get exactly where I stopped from. Yeah. Okay. She urged Gowon not to die with the truth and to come out with exactly what transpired during the Aburi conversation so that Nigerians can, and especially the people, can have closure. She commended all those who, despite all odds, observed the seat at home in honor of all those, both soldiers and civilians, in the course of the war. If the women want to put it on record that those who died while defending during the Civil War were not goats, but human beings. So please go on. We ask you to come with the Aburi Accord. Tell us what happened. We need to know. We deserve closure. Well, Prince Francis Chinaka, let me let you round up on that.
You know, each time I've always maintained that Biafra is an ideology, and it has become an ideology, and as it depends on who is promoting that ideology at a particular time. Looking at the remembrance of our brothers and sisters who were massacred during the civil, and why it has not been given a national recognition, we should also ask our governors in the Southeast, what are they doing about it? Why are they all pretending? Why are they so afraid to talk about the civil? Why are they so afraid to openly declare public holidays on the 30th of May every year to celebrate and to recognize those who died in the civil war? I keep saying that when we talk about issues from the national, what are we doing in our own states? What are your Igbo leaders doing about it? Precious,
Sir?
what are your Igbo leaders doing? Somebody will come out and tell me, oh, I'm always taking swipe on Igbo leaders. But that's the truth. They are disgracing the Igbo people. If they don't know, let them know. When we talked about June 12, before June 12 became a national event, you notice that the states like Lagos, all the states in the Southwest, at a point in time, started declaring public holidays in commemoration of June 12. They didn't wait for the federal government to do that. They started from, charity begins at home. So why are the Igbo governors, why are the Southeastern governors not following the same line? Why are they all afraid of talking about Biafra, talking about the massacre, talking about the killing of their own kingsmen, their children, their wives who were raped? What kind of leaders do you have in the Southeast? So when we want something at the national level, let us start from home. Let us educate ourselves. Let us talk to ourselves about it. Yes, the women are right. It is high time that Gowon comes out clean. It is high time he comes out and tell Nigerians, this is what transpired in Ghana. This is why I came back from Ghana and decided to renege on the Aburi Accord. It will settle all these things, so that the Igbo man will feel that they are part and parcel of this entity called Nigeria. Because the truth be told, the Igbo man does not feel that he's part of Nigeria. Not because he does not want to be part of Nigeria, but because Nigeria keeps rejecting the Igbo man. Nigeria keeps subjecting the Igbo man to a level where they are treated as, slaves. And that is why some Igbo people, once they make it in Nigeria, they forget their origin, they forget their people. It is a system. So for us to be able to say, oh, one Nigeria, which we have been preaching, the government needs to do more. The government needs to, have a proper reconciliation. Just as you are integrating back, you are rehabilitating Boko Haram terrorists captured back into the system. What is wrong with reintegrating the Igbo people back into Nigeria? What is wrong? I don't see anything wrong about it. Because I keep saying, if you want peace, there cannot be peace without justice, fairness, and equity. Any peace outside of this is a piece of the graveyard. So we need to move forward as a nation. And for us to move forward as a nation, the government needs to do the right thing. Those who were part of the instigators of the Nigerian Civil War that are still alive should tell us what transpired. Ojukwu did his own best. He wrote his own book. He gave his own side of the story. Others have followed suit. But we need Gowon, who was the head of state then, who was the man that the buck ended on his table, to come out and be very honest. It's not just about calling God. It's not just about praying. Because if you pray and in your heart is black, your prayer is useless. So if you want to go to God to pray, the Bible says, if you have offended somebody and you're coming to God, go drop whatever you're coming with, drop that prayer, go back and reconcile with your brother, then come back to God. And that is where Gowon should be now. And that is what Nigerians
All
are
right.
asking him for. And that is what the Igbos are asking. They're just not saying, we know you like to pray. We know he's a prayer warrior. But let your prayer be backed up by actions.
All right, so let's quickly. I'd like to say a big thank you. Oh, Chiboy, thank you so much, Chiboy, for the 10 box. I appreciate you. And then he says, what did he say now? Go one will not die till he says the truth. Okay. You could keep on learning to sell now. Thank you, Precious. I concur with you, my brother. All right. I appreciate you, Chiboy. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you a lot. Okay, so let's get down to Justice of Wise issue because it's very important that we have this conversation, especially considering all that is happening with our political parties now. A lot of drama they happen for political party. In fact, I may even tell you something. The Senate President's wife talk where we're safe, and during the campaign of the Akwa Ibom State Governor, right? So maybe before I bring that just as a wise report, I'll just let you in very quickly on some political issues trending. So as it's got to do with 2027 polls, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) has urged President Tinubu to use his good offices and leadership position to reconsider his appointment of at least three members of All Progressives Congress (APC) as resident of electoral commissioners and of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Now, Serap urged him to urgently nominate qualified Nigerians who are persons of unquestionable integrity and non-member of a political party as a replacement for the alleged APC members and to submit the names of any such Nigerians for confirmation by the Senate ahead of the 2027 general elections. So Serap also urged him to urgently direct Latifa Gbemi San, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, to draft and send a bill to the National Assembly to enhance the independence of INEC, in conformity with his oath, the president, his oath of office, and constitutional requirements ahead of the 2027 general elections. Now, they said quite a lot, but do you see the president doing this? Reason I'm saying this is because following the death of Justice Wise, people are calling for adoption of Justice Wise report. But before then, let me quickly run through some political issues that's been happening across the country as we hear that former President Goodluck Jonathan is now among eminent Nigerians who are pressing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that he reinstates what's his name? Fubara at least by June 12th, since we're now celebrating democracy Day on June 12th. Now, Jonathan, according to sources, has engaged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in at least one telephone conversation on the need to reinstate the suspended governor on or before June 12th in the spirit of democracy day. The president will, according to tradition, address the nation on June 12th in a national broadcast. Tinubu, of course we know. So we're looking forward to that. Should that happen or should it not happen? But then, whilst everybody is decamping, you do know that Governor Omar Eno of Akwa Ibom State decamped yesterday, Saturday, from APC to PDP to APC. Now, Ijo youths are blowing hot. They say that if Doye Diri of Bayelsa State dares it to decamp, say the job people will disown him. say they go treat him. Okay. So amid raging insinuations and some political crisis that the Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri could be could toe the same path of the governor of Delta State, Sheriff Obori, maybe that of the River State Governor now and the Akwa Ibom State Governor too, that the Ijaw youths are blowing hot. They said if he dares it, that are going to disown him. So, will that disowning have anything or make any difference to the president? Let me take your response on this before we go straight to Justice Owai's report and why it is important. Because following the death of Justice Owais, Nigerians are now calling for the president to adopt the report. And one of the major things inclusive in that report is the overhauling of the electoral and judicial umpires in ministries, as it were. But do you see this happening? That's one of the questions people find difficult to answer. So everybody don't they talk. So what we need now, electoral reform. That the only way we go fit make for a credible election where people go fit get hope. But you go think say now wetin President Bola Tinubu go fit do for inside this period, considering say maybe if he implement any strong electoral reform, if he no favor him as president to bring him back into office.
Um, let me say that may the soul of late Yaradua continue to rest in peace. He's one man that will go down in history for me as a president that had honor and proven integrity, as a man who had the vision and also the goodwill to take Nigeria to El Dorado. Unfortunately, death struck and cut short every good plan he had for this country. And that is why we are where we are today. Sadly, after his demise, Jonathan stepped in, but then President Jonathan couldn't really do most of the things that he was doing. He couldn't, because you see, this issue of electoral reform, like you said, is something that is germane to the success of elections in this country. It is something that is germane to the success of democratic rule in this country. But unfortunately, it was recommended in that report, even though the late President Yaradua tried to implement some of them, which he started, but he could not implement all of them because of what happened to him. Now, what are these things that we're talking about? Because if Serap is raising an issue, you can't you have to put them side by side by it's in that report. What Serap is asking for is more like seeking for a complete independent electoral body. So that those who come on board as recs, as major stakeholders, do not have any party affiliation. And that is why it is called independent body. Independent means that it must not be dictated to by the executive arm of government. It is very, very important we have that in perspective. But what do you have playing out today in Nigeria? Everybody has thrown away that report, especially the one that talks about the autonomy of INEC. Autonomy in terms of funding, autonomy in terms of appointment of the chairman or other personnel. Because what that report says categorically is that they should move the INEC, it should be moved away from the executive arm of government.
And let the public
completely
choose.
independent. So that in terms of appointment, everything that has to do with INEC will be referred to the National Judicial Council. And that would have given us a perfect institution that will organize elections in this country.
And then including the judiciary also needs to be independent too.
Yes. Not only the judiciary, also the police. So the judiciary, they made a very strong recommendation that rather than have 5 judges sit as tribunal or whatever you want to, reduce them to 3 so you can have more, so that they can dispense with the cases as soon as possible. He went further to also say that anybody who wins or is declared a winner of an election should not be sworn in until after the case against that person has been determined. So how can you say somebody has won election as a president, he has a case in court, you declare him as a winner, you give him mantle of leadership, then you expect that the same body that he pays salary to, the same people that he appoints, the same people that he builds houses for, will now be the ones to say, "Oga President, step down." It's not possible. So these were things that were contained in that report. That report also talked about the role of the Nigerian police. And it says that the code of conduct under the Police Service Commission should be incorporated in the Police Act. so that a policeman will know what he's supposed to do. Not on election day, you see a policeman that is supposed to be neutral will turn his eye when a party he supports is rigging the election. So these are the things, most of the components of that report. And then we keep asking, why are we not implementing them? Why are we not, why is it that a president like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who keeps telling us, or who we're told fought for democracy, does not see the need to toe that line? He does not see the need to give Nigerians, a beautiful bride, which is INEC. And then going a step further, why would now Mr. President be the one that is now appointing and approving members of his party, people who are known to be card-carrying members of APC, as Rex? So we just have a very, very flawed system. Now, you talked about the decamping of the governor of Akwa Ibom.
Yes, please.
I saw some very ugly and very sad videos and pictures of him kneeling down. How did we as a people get to this level where somebody must anoint you to become a governor?
Saul anointed Okwima. That is, if you go through the Bible, there has to be that anointing. You have to receive blessings for you to. Okay.
If you bring scripture, if you bring Bible into it,
sorry, sir,
then you're not being fair, because even those who were anointed had their own ways. They insisted on doing things the right way. The trouble you have in Rivers State is as a result of a godfather fighting the godson. It's not about resource control. It's about structure, nothing else. So we're doing so badly in governance. We're doing so badly in elections. We're doing so badly with our institutions. And these are things that should be checkmated. The National Assembly is not living up to the biddings of the ordinary Nigerians. I don't keep asking myself, who are they representing? Are they really representing the ordinary Nigerians who voted them in? Or are they representing the few political elites? I've been trying to understand, the logic behind somebody being a Democrat in the morning and a Republican in the night. Where is the ideology? No party ideology, no personal ideology. People just move like headless chickens all over the place.
Okay, now talking about this defection, I want to quickly even bring something to your notice. So yesterday, during that defection, the wife of the Senate president spoke a lot, and then he also did warn the governor against something like this that you're speaking about, and that people will call him names, and that but you shouldn't worry, the president is solidly behind him, and the Senate president too is solidly behind him. She's the wife of the Senate president.
Yes, Excellency, they will malign
let's take a brief, some just summary of what she's said.
They will insult you. Get ready. But I want to tell you that when that time comes, you know what to do as a servant of God. They will talk to you in a way that when you finish dressing up to go to work, you look at yourself on the mirror and say, are they talking about Pastor Umeno? Is this me that describing? And the word of God will comfort you. And God will tell you, cry no more. Cry no more. I am with you. That is what I'll leave with you. That because God is with you, you shall fear no one. And because you have a lion in the person of Mr. President, and that you have a lion in the person of the Senate President, who do you fear? No one. You shall fear no one. Your Excellency, God will give you peace. God will protect you and your family. Amen. Don't bother about what they will write. If it's what they will write, our own has filled GP tanks up to 20. But we have not been deterred. So don't worry yourself. Noble lady, you will cry. Are they talking about my father? Are they talking about me? Just hand it over to Christ, knowing that Christ is with you. And when Christ is with you, who can be against you? Nobody. Nobody. God will
Against
bless you for
you.
taking this bold decision. It is not an easy one. Let nobody kid you. It is not an easy decision to take, but you are not going to regret it. Because you did it for the sake of Akwa Ibom people. Not because of you, not because of your children. When our Senate president took that decision in 2019, he was like, crucify him, crucify him. There was no name he wasn't called. But today, all of us are reaping from it. He is your brother. He is your friend. He is your father. He is our leader. May God continue to bless him for leading us on this track. We didn't understand the vision then. We didn't understand why he took that decision. But today, it is very clear to each and every one of us. APC!
Okay, Prince Francis, I saw that smile. I caught you. I caught the smile in action.
You
Okay,
know
so do
why
you
I'm
want to say
smiling?
something?
I'm smiling
No,
the
sir.
way our politicians use God to lie and deceive the people.
Eh,
I'm smiling the
okay.
way each wrongdoings of the politicians, they see it as God directing them to do it. I believe that we do not serve a God of confusion, because Jesus Christ was very, very straightforward. When Jesus Christ was confronted regarding authority and the kingdom, he said, give to Caesar what is to Caesar.
What belongs to
Good.
Caesar?
So, he Christ was an embodiment of truth and humility. And then I want to ask the wife of the Senate president, who has suddenly turned into the spokesman or the spokeswoman for those who are decamping to APC. She talked about when the husband got the vision to move,
Yes.
and that they are now reaping
When
it.
God ministered, sorry.
So what they are reaping is the fact that he has decamped and is now reaping being a Senate president. Is it to the glory of the people of Akwa Ibom State, or is it to his own personal glory? The governor that has decamped, maybe we should ask him, Mr. Governor, is there any special funds that you're going to get from the federal other than what other governors like you are getting? Is that something special we're not aware of as a people that you will get for leaving the party that gave you their mandate into another party? This same wife of the Senate president, she seems to have a memory problem. And I need to remind her that when people were decamping from PDP to when people were decamping into PDP, or so when the husband was in PDP and people were leaving PDP, sorry.
When
Yes,
he
when
was
the husband was in PDP and people
APC.
were leaving PDP. It was the same him who said that when you decamp, you lose your office. But today, the Senate president, the wife of the Senate president, who is now, we now have office of the wife of the Senate president, has forgotten all about that. At that point in time, they didn't see God. At that point in time, God didn't talk to them. Just like some of our pastors are misleading people. You only see people talk, bring in God when they want to deceive people. They don't bring in God when there is no deception. So suddenly God has spoken. He calls himself pastor. And as a pastor, where is the humility in him? So the humility in him is that God has spoken to him at the backyard to decamp. So God has told him in his sleep or in the dream that the party that brought him to power is useless. So God has told him that he's a God of confusion. So he must join that confusion. You see, the way our politicians take the Nigerian people for granted is so, so bad. And I ask myself, how do these people sleep at night? When you come out boldly to lie, you see white, you're saying it is black. Boldly, in front of the whole world, in front of your own children. What kind of children are they breeding? So it's not about the campaign. It's about the structure. Unfortunately, Nigeria has become a country where the politicians see themselves as demigod. But they forget that we only have 24 hours. Nobody is sure of the next 24 hours.
All right. So let's see. Since we're still talking politics, see, I don't know whether you don't know. Whilst the
So, while we're still talking politics, well, let us look in details. Also look at what the OYS report says. It says that, we should have elections of the presidential election and the governorship election the same day. It is very, very important. And I believe that it is good for us to have the presidential election and the governorship election the same day. And the reason is what played out in 2023 would probably not have played out, because once somebody emerges as president, it becomes obvious that, a lot of rigging will take place to ensure that, the person who has become president begins to gather momentum for governorship. But if you're having election of the governor and the president the same day, a lot of issues will be taken care of. So we need to have a vibrant electoral process. And the only way we can have a vibrant electoral process is also to stem this whole thing about the campaign, where you wake up from sleep, you go to PDP, you get their ticket, you go out for vote, people vote you in as a governor, vote you in as a senator, vote you in as a honorable member, and then the next day you wake up from the same sleep, from the other side of the bed, and you say you are decamping from the party that brought you to power. And everybody is clapping. Nobody sees anything wrong with this aberration. I do not understand where we're headed to as a nation in all of this. In all of this whole thing that is happening today, we need to tame it. We need to stop it. We need to really, really stop it so that we can have a sane society. We can have a country we can look up to and say, yes, we have come of age politically. We have come of age in terms of good governance. We have come of age in terms of rule of law. We have come of age. Not just a situation where, there's so much rascality among the political class. And they don't see anything wrong with it. They are so happy with it. They're going with it. It has become their own way of life. The people no longer matter. What matters is the political class, what they want to do. So we need to all sit back and look at this report by OYS and see how we can implement it in order to ensure that in 2027 we have a semblance of a good electoral system.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prince Francis Chilaka. I deeply appreciate you. All right. So while we're talking about 2027, but before 2027, I hold their life and then go first survive 2027. I've been good alive to 2027. Whilst if we say your Minister for National Planning, I've been for Budget and National Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu the talk, say as the day right now, in fact, in the praise President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, say administration don't try, say you don't implement bold reforms, and say the thing don't reposition the country now for national economic growth to sustain. In fact, say the thing don't they recover and the growth don't do well, even though say now just short time pain, 9 people get. Say everything now don't straightforward, nothing they happen again because the economy don't get back on track. You know, say 9 days in charge of the economy, so you understand how the economy did. So the minister they talk this one, and then he say we're not where we used to be, but these steps have turned the economy in the right direction. That's what he talk. He emphasized on the same. Excuse me, before I choke, no vex. So we're supposed to praise President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for getting the mind, the Yakubu, to take this decision. But meanwhile, a renowned constitutional lawyer and the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Barrister or Mr. Olisa Agbakoba, he don't want the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu economic reforms. Say he don't want, say, this your economic reform. It will not deliver meaningful result to Nigerians so unless Nigeria urgently restructures its political governance framework. Excuse me. One, the Minister of National Planning wastes everything on the campaign, it work well. Another one, now lawyer will come say the economic reform no go reform anything at all. He talked this one for detailed assessment to entitled 2 years assessment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the political governance fundamental. Olisa Agbakoba na talk am. I remember say Olisa na obong Victor Akpabio, Akpabio lawyer. You understand? Sorry. Obong Godswill Obod Akpabio lawyer. That is our Senate President lawyer. He talk a lot too. He acknowledged the courage where President Tinubu make, but he can't say, see this economic reform, no get anywhere where we go except they do something drastic. I beg, which person own will take for this judgment? Where do we go to with this judgment?
As the matter there, this matter go good for broken. It go good for pidgin English. Because why I won't go pidgin? I won't make people understand those people who are in charge of affairs for this country. When you understand where they are coming from, you go understand when they come out to speak. You go begin ask yourself, this man when they talk, what thing they give him courage? Your minister for economy, I think is Alhaji Bagudu, if I'm right.
Atiku Bagudu.
Good. Let people know who be the man first. Now, when you know somebody, you go know the kind of where the person is. This is a man who, during the Abacha regime, was the man that was pointed. They said that the man, when they help the thief, they help the money when Abacha thief, then they help and they go carry and go abroad. They say na him, not be me talking, they for media. Say na him be the arrowhead when siphon all the money, when know where all the money, when let ancestor Abacha steal. Now the same man, now him today, when I don't make minister. In other words, Nigeria don't become country when they encourage bad things. When they encourage people where they thief, people where they follow do bad things, we go bring them to the front line, where they can help continue what they want to do. I know they're surprised tomorrow if this president appoint the former aviation minister, carry confront the one when scammers. Yes, now the one scammers.
You always talk about that, sir.
Yes, because the thing they pay me, the man do 419.
Sorry.
Now if 419 is do Nigerians, but EFCC never see that 419. They never see it to put that their plate for in front, chest, take picture, publish them. So how can a man who aided and abetted corruption, embezzlement, stealing, now be the person that carry on our economy give? Wait till they want to make it talk. So I keep asking myself, say, if the man when una fight, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu fight, say na military man, say na them spoil democracy. If not the person when they fight, you can go carry that person, right hand man, when help and move money, come for your government. You sure say they really fight military? You sure say that fight when they say they fight military, say not be for personal reasons, personal gains? Because they don't turn out to be that now for this country. That's when they don't turn out to. Because check everybody who are there for this government. Now, People who don't abuse Bola Ahmed Tinubu well before now. They don't abuse them. Say, this man, you know fit to do this. This man, you be bad person. This man, you don't get certificate. You don't get qualification. Yet, now the same people, it's either they appoint them as SA or they appoint them as ministers. And something is wrong. Now, we say in this country, bad thing with the reward.
Okay. Since you don't like that story, make I bring you back that story.
So
Yeah.
if Bagudu will come out, when they talk everything done better, I beg, how many of your neighbors kill ram for this kill cow for this salah?
They say ram market na bad market this period. The people not to
So how many? When they talk, how many people he give ram? Before now, you go see say then they use siren, they escort ram. I don't see any ram when they use siren escort this time around.
Okay.
So
all right.
When you not just oppose it in the talk, with waiting Agbakoba they talk, the son they talk.
Olisa
say, yes, you go not say that person when the son don't go school, and that's why they call her son, so he understands. So when people like that talk, you go listen. Because when you go check that man, check him pedigree, check him background, you know go see the kind yeah thing when they for Bagudu side. So that people like that go talk, make Nigerians listen to. The truth be say, the policy of this government, it don't carry Nigerians come up from where then they see small food chop to dustbin where food no dey.
Hell. Okay. All right. Please, if this is your first time of joining us, please make sure you subscribe now. I beg now. You know they pay money to subscribe. Now free of charge. No be DSTV, no be Go TV. We don't even do PSC Go. Now just subscribe for free. Now largest, now free of charge. They give them. Subscribe, like this particular post, and also share them so that more people then go to hear the things. They go to happen.
Tell your people when they go follow me like your village people do.
I go make una go follow Prince Francis Chilaka. You know, saying be Prince, so he's the hair elf. Very soon he go turn to K Bakasi. He go retire, go village, now go become king. So before he leave us here, go retire, become king. I beg make una help us go subscribe to them. Maybe now on top throne, he go day. They analyze for us next time. I beg. So you should go and follow Prince Francis Chilaka like his village people. I beg you. Please follow him at the Naked Truth TV 01. The Naked Truth TV 01. I beg. Make gonna go for now. So thank you, sir. But moving on to other issues, you know, since you don't like that one, I make I tell you a political story now. We hear from the grapevine say someone will look prostrate like that for Baba. Con they hold up for like say I beg or God forgive me, because it be like say in future as governor they shake leg like because I hear say some people don't even gossip, so they don't they prepare in deputy or Hamzat to finish in tenure because he get as he go be. Now, you know, so this matter, no, the matter starts when we hear say him being released money during 2023 election to give Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi when him being after the presidential election, as him fear the outcome, the way them lose Lagos. So him being a fear say, may they no lose Lagos. So me making go soften the hearts of the major opposition leaders then. But as the matter come out, they say President vex well for. I remember saying that one of the reasons we hear say one lady Aisha Chimongo use the EFCC matter like this. But right now, the thing will come make the matter worse as it get to do with Obasa. You get mind because your wife now from Lagos State, you know, island woman, Lagos Island. You can't get mind connive with Lagos people. Remember, say, Obasa, sorry, someone will not be Lagos guy. The Obasa self now. Somolu, even in deputy and even Obasa, all of them, I say them from Ogun State, according to them, say allegedly. So now the vex say for them to use get mind, use galvanize people, in get mind, get structure, can galvanize National House of Assembly members to the level of getting over 90% of them to use vote against Obasa. Say that one, they like saying a mutiny. So because of that one, be like say Baba vex, we say no go forgive again. So we hear say right now, in future, they shake where we're. In fact, this according to exclusive where People's Gazette use published. Then they talk and they say their source tell them multiple sources present. They say in they beg for forgiveness from Nigerian leader after he attempted political gamesmanship backfire for January. Now, Mr. Sanwo-Olu followed a band of ruling APC loyalists to meet the president at his Queen's Drive Ikoyi residence this Sunday, today afternoon, after month-long attempts to resolve the fallout fell through. Now, the governor prostrated for the president and the matter was resolved. A source at the meeting said under anonymity to avoid political backlash, it was right thing to do as a Yoruba man. The source said that Yoruba best practice dictated that Mr. Sanwo-Olu should seek forgiveness from Mr. Tinubu, even if Mr. Tinubu had been the aggressor. That is, even if the president make him vex, make him still ask for forgiveness. And that's what Yoruba tradition do. You must beg for forgiveness from your elder, whether not the elder offend you or not you offend them. Now, even if the elder person is the one at fault, it's the younger person who must still apologize, the politician added. Now, the meeting came months after Mr. Sanwo-Olu used the president's name to rally members of the Lagos House of Assembly to topple Mudashiru Obasa as speaker. The January 13 incident was largely successful because of Mr. Sanwo-Olu's deceit. That is, they say in deceive the Lagos lawmakers, saying that the president to now send them. Now, waiting make all of them gather, say they don't want them, only for the team to come cast. How you take see this settlement now? We go answer.
You know, what is happening in our political history? We go need to set up special history class. Researchers will document what they happen for Nigeria. Now for Nigeria, they see where, like you talk now, if elder offend you, you go beg them. If you offend elder, you go beg them. So now very funny angle where would they follow for this country. Very, very funny. And you don't talk of Sanwo-Olu, you don't talk of the one they say your former governor, your suspended governor, go they kneel down for Wike. I call the say between Wike and Fubara, who's senior?
Wike don't come and can't talk that one. See that one no happen now. Wike talking for one of the media chats in a lie. See that is not true. He did not hold my leg. He did not need So Wike has debunked.
He don't debunk
it's not true. Yes.
Okay. No wahala. So tomorrow now, the media handlers of Sanwo-Olu too go debunk this one, because Nigeria is a country of debunk. It go happen for backyard. When they talk about that, they go say it no happen. But I see, let us be very, very honest with ourselves. I keep asking myself, what kind of political agenda, so to say, do our politicians have? What do they want to leave for the youths to copy from? So when you become governor, you know if you get support, you know if you get structure, your own, I just go be governor, like Mugu. And another person go there for back. They remote the structure. Let me tell you this for free. You see this problem when they're for Lagos, knowing who Bola Tinubu is. If they never impeach Sanwo-Olu, he no go rest. Because Bola Tinubu, they go want make Sanwo-Olu test that same water, that shark water when you push Obasa to, they go make it test them. Because if you look at what has played out, even with the local government primaries in Lagos State, you go notice say Sanwo-Olu no get any candidate. You don't get. So as far as Lagos State is concerned, he just the float. Because he had no say in it. And we know say when rumor, you know say rumor for Nigeria, no play with rumor. You remember when the first rumor say they want to impeach Obasa, everybody saying a lie. Say no, they're possible. After they impeach Obasa, Obasa can't stay for there. Somebody called rumor say Obasa say he still be speaker. 2 days after, Obasa do press conference say he still be waiting speaker. They call rumor say president support the removal of Obasa. Another rumor come and say no, president no support. And that one when they say president no support, now will pass eventually. Now the rumor come become the reality. So which kind of political class will we get? Which kind of legacy they won't leave behind? Because the way things they go for this country, you know, they do, our leaders, they do anyhow. They do anyhow. Now that anyhow, now they pain everybody. Now that anyhow, now keep us where we did today. Now that anyhow. I hear say get some local government chairman for Lagos here. We never do one single development, but then they collect money and then they spend the money. Yes. Then they collect the money and they spend the money. It's make you walk around Lagos. Go check local governments. You go see some of them. Me, when I did for my local government, when I did for my street, they never do that street. The only time when they remember to do that street, as election on the approach now. They will come do the type of one when our governor for Imo State they do. Go pour sand, come carry rotor spray on top, like fleet. Say don't do road. So while we're talking about Sanwo-Olu, let me also talk about my own state. My governor, Governor Hope Uzodinma, when they parade all over the place, every program for Abuja in there. The whole of Ubise, where I come from, we don't get road. We don't get one single road, Precious.
Sir?
We don't get single road.
But you have a governor, and he says he's been working.
Where they do the work? We don't get single road. If I send you video and pictures of road when them be say, you go run. You go run. So we just have governors. Everybody is just living on propaganda. They just have a lot of people that have employed. They're giving them data every month, 10,000 naira data. To be saying all manner of rubbish. The one the governor do, even the one when they don't dream, say go do, they go put them out. You don't see the video where they trend about 30 kilometer road where they say they do for
and that is a controversial 30 kilometers that is not yet up to 30. Remains
but you see rain or mockery, carry am for head. Like I said, in backyard they do the road. That's to show the kind of people for this country.
They say Peter Obi, he say Peter Obi no construct 30-kilometer road for Anambra. If you vex, you go tell them and construct them.
So you just have people who just speak from two sides of the mouth. Anywhere belay face, and they are politicians. I used to think that the ordinary Nigerians, that they anywhere belay face. No. That the elite today, that they anywhere belay face. And it is a very sad one. Across the entire country, the state houses of assembly no get power. Because the governor will instigate and decide who will become the speaker. Just as Mr. President ensure that Akpabio becomes Senate President. And that is why nothing. If Mr. President just wake up, sneeze like this, Akpabio go lie for ground. And then tomorrow they go tell you, say, that the will of God. Now God say, make them do this. Now God say, make them do that. And they ask them, say, which kind God be that? So if someone they go back, I know, he never meet us, someone never open the mouth, tell us what he do. For me, I see video where President ignore them. Even when they do this, when they commission the road.
During the road construction.
They commission the 0.5% road where they do. I see where President ignore them. So he never come out. We need to hear from him. Even if he go back, make him tell Lagosians or Nigerians, say, see what thing I do when make my oga. Because now in Nigerian politics, if you don't get oga, you not gonna move forward. So see what thing I do when make my oga they vex for me. When make and they disgrace me for public. He never tell us. Even in aid.
Okay. Now
never tell us.
Now speaking about I be one make we quickly just jump on. You know, say nights don't come, so that go feel release. Oh, tomorrow is public holiday, so you can speak till midnight. Sorry. So let me let you go on. I wanted to release you. I mean, we're done almost 1 hour, 30 minutes, so that I can release you.
I said, I'm surprised.
Go ahead.
All the media aid for Governor Sanwo-Olu, none of them don't come out and tell Nigeria and say, see what our governor do when make in Godfather the invest for him.
Okay. All right. All right. So moving on to other issues. Now when you don't talk about governors, I just remember they say all the state governors together with local government, they don't borrow plenty money from banks and local government and CBN joined together. And the money like this don't reach 4 trillion naira. I beg waiting our local government that they go borrow money from.
Precious,
Eh?
you see,
Sir?
when you say deception and lie, I ain't there for this our country.
Now,
You know
now
where?
with all
Calm
the
down.
allocation,
You
when
know why they talk so?
okay.
Your president, they boast, they beat his chest. He said, I be the Jagaban. The kind of money that they give state governors now, they never sell for their lives. The kind of money that they give local government, because they generate money left, right, center. For. So upon all the money that they generate, they give them. When the people know they see any development, they see they go borrow money. What did they tell the money they borrow go do? And who they guarantee the money when they borrow? Who they guarantee the money? Even the banks where they give this loan, they don't get sense. The banks where they give loan to governors right now, they don't get sense. Opposite they hear say governors they smile home every month from money they collect from federation account. They see they borrow them. Them say the banks too. Them they know where. People that manage the banks say they know where. They be part of the problem. How you go borrow money, give person? You don't want to know what the person want use the money to. You carry the money they give them. So why then they complain now? Even CBN when they borrow money to governors, why don't they remove them from their federation allocation every month?
Should be go get agreement saying that this na the amount we go to come up for this federation account every month.
So what in the terms of repayment? So make the banks, make them go sit down somewhere. But the one where they do us pass the one where they do the banks. If the last where they carry all their money give governors, you know, concern Nigerians.
All right, so we could just enter inside another matter sharply before I open phone lines. When Nigerians will jump inside. We hear say for Kano State, the Kano State government don't demand compensation from the federal government for cancelling Duba celebrations for 2 consecutive years now for inside Kano State. For 2 years now, they never get Duba celebration because of waiting, because they no one make it be seen at Emir Sanusi or the other Emir now holds the Duba. As a matter of fact, now they asked me the federal government compensate them. I don't want to talk much about this issue, but the only problem of where it becomes painful is that how it be say government will begin interfere inside a traditional institution in a way where it be say they will can't stop tradition because of government order and because of government state or political interest. Sir,
they say if person carry dog, they play too much. Lights no go far from your house. Bed bug no go far from your house. You know that. When these your so-called traditional rulers join mouth, they deceive Nigerian people. Join mouth, they support the bad policies of government. What did they may expect? They think they go scot-free. And for here, me and you day. Tradition when everybody for Lagos they revere, where people they fear Oro. Suddenly, Oro when they come out for night, come out for daytime. You know see them. Oro when they say woman know they see. So they then cover Oro, put them for social media. Then tomorrow you expect the governor to call respect that institution. It's not possible. Nobody will respect it. So now the traditional rulers now they open their nyash. Now then go find trouble. Now then go join man for government matter. Now the same way they join man for government matter. Now don't be so some of your religious organizations go join out. You forget say when they say they go Ojota, go do protest against Jonathan. No be your religious leaders there for front. Where they there today? What did they do? They don't fit talk again now. Because they don't open their secret. That thing when people they make government they fear them, they revere them. You don't open. You know what happened during the EndSARS when they go enter Oba Palace, go carry the Oba stuff. Was that kind of thing happen before? Which person when get forehead they go enter Oba Palace before? But now people just believe say nah, other one are razzmatazz. Say even the shrine when they say Oba get, they again. So these are issues when you open up yourself. Our traditional rulers have opened themselves up. They've started playing with children. And when you play with children, what will happen? They go pour you sand for body. It be like make man carrying in small bikini, in son go to bath every time. One day in some ask and say, Daddy, what will be those black things right there between your legs? It's a normal thing, it's not hidden. So the traditional institution has been debased in this country. It has been bastardized. Because all of them, they go hand in cuffs, they go beg governor for money, they go beg senator for money, they go beg senators for money. So what do you expect? Who won't revere them? Who won't respect them? Nobody. So they need to, they themselves are the problem. Before now, when you get issue with traditional institution, who will concern government? But because the government, they buy limousine, give them. They go collect. Government go build house, give them. They go collect. All that in our bribery and corruption. They don't collect. They don't put sugar for their mouth. Who you go put sugar for your mouth, make it spit them out? Who? Nobody. So if the Kano state government is asking for compensation based on what? Because the federal government said that they said that the problem when make them cancel the DOBA, saying security issue. So let them come out and tell us that there was no security threat. They said that security issue, I make them, they're not saying anything about whether Sanusi or Bayero, no?
But you know now. But you know what is
no,
going on.
No. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. You see, it is when, if you recall, when the Kano state government tried to, or when they reinstated Sanusi, and the federal government decided that this is our own candidate. Now then the Wahala day. So those who are the protectors of our tradition and culture, they need to go back to the drawing board. They need to stop allowing themselves to be used by the political class. Because Nigerian political class, they are users. The moment they use you finish, they go dump you, they don't move on. Nothing else. They don't send you. They don't send your mama. They don't send your papa. That's why you go see person. You go see person when they carry habit, snatch it and run for politician. You know if you go toast the politician daughter. You know if you go marry politician daughter. So why? Because the politician don't consider you as somebody when you marry his daughter. He just consider you saying they pay you, make you they do toggery for them. Now the only thing when he consider you, he don't see you as somebody when he go invite for his house. He don't even see you as somebody, even during inauguration, how many of those talks, how many of those people they carry ballot boxes and they invite come for the inauguration? How many times you don't see them invite all the program they do? How many times you don't see MC Olomo there? So these are issues, and that's why I say Nigerians need to begin to question themselves, especially the youths, especially our traditional leaders. They should start asking themselves, where did we get it wrong? And retrace their steps. Before now, when a traditional ruler speaks, the country will know that somebody has spoken. But now when you talk, you just look, you say, who be that one when they talk? Now Nigeria be country where governor fit wake up from sleep. He go tell you, say, don't disband the traditional council. He don't sack one Oba from somewhere. He don't sack one Eze from somewhere. He don't sack one Emir from somewhere. A governor. So now the politician and the traditional institution and the traditional rulers, now then go carry hand, carry rough shit for their body. Connect on the smell all over for their body. I bet when they go rest somewhere.
Away. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. So, Nigerians, I just want to quickly remind you tomorrow evening, 6:30 p.m. on the DOT, we'll be having a one on one with Professor Chidi Odinkalo. So, he's a human rights lawyer and he get a lot to talk. He get a lot to unpack to us about the coalition. We go coalate. He get a lot to talk to us about um electoral reforms, the possibility of electoral reforms, and waiting we need to do to make sure, say, we press on government to get them right before the 2027 election. Now, conversation where you know go like to miss at all, to make sure, say, you join us tomorrow, 6:30 p.m., 9 by the time. However, if you join us around 7 o'clock, but 6:30 p.m., 9 we go start the show. So it would be very important to make yourself join the show, make you know as you go that tomorrow. Make sure say you don't miss them at all. Prince Francis Chilaka, maybe congratulations they in order for you. People they congratulate you, say they see you for Rice Television. And as President Bola Tinubu say in the prepare for June 12, and if he give national honors to selected individuals, I don't know whether you be part of those who will give them to. So I say, make
No,
I congratulate you ahead of time.
well, if they give me honor, the speech one I go give when they collect the honor, if you collect them back. Now, true now.
Nigeria's phone lines are open. Let's get to take your thoughts and reactions. Make we begin take your thoughts, your reactions, and what you think for all the conversation we don't get today. Phone lines are open. I begin call us. Drop your thoughts, your reaction, and the matter then way they grant. If you follow the link where they for inside the pinned post, if you go to YouTube, the post they pinned for inside YouTube, follow that link. You walk us straight, enter inside our studio, and then go fit join us live for inside the studio. Or you call the WhatsApp line for 0817 029 4077 0817 029 4077. Now the number to call. And I beg, just help me like this post. We plenty now. We almost reach 400 self at some point. One and no like and I never even reach 100 like. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like now. Like, share, and then make sure say you also subscribe to this platform in case you never subscribed before. So Prince Francis say, they waiting I see we pay me well. So a particular lady away from Libya come back. They comment and they cry how Nigerians they use suffer for Libya. She cry a lot. She talk about a lot. The pain, the agony. In fact, say Nigerian youths in the waste for Libya prison, and they treat them anyhow. How we take this so bad for Nigeria? We be say will come, they lose our youth them to a country like Libya because of the economic instability for inside our country. What will we do to make sure say everywhere they can pay for our country? Make only they lose our youth them to a country like Libya. This kind of suffer head.
First and foremost, we need to begin to talk of dignity in labor. That is the big issue. Nigeria has the cheapest labor. Cheapest, when you say labor cheap, and Nigeria is. Nigeria is where you can find somebody who work 8 to 6 every day, and at the end of the month, how much be a salary? 30,000 naira.
Chai.
So now 20,000 naira. And the painful part, they say, now, Oyibo, half Oyibo, I know they call them Oyibo. Now then they exploit Nigerians for Nigeria. So sometimes I ask myself, which kind of labor congress we get? What did they do? So there's first of all, there is no dignity in labor. 2, labor is cheap. 3, there's no employment. And unfortunately, get some wicked Nigerians when they always promise to carry people to. They're not going to tell you, say, this journey where you want to embark on, so now journey of no return.
How?
They're not going to tell you. So some people go just, some youths go meet to their papa for village. Where the man don't retire and say, that's your land, this land where there's so and so place. Sell them, I won't go abroad. But they abroad, there they go in Libya or Morocco. So that is where it starts from. It actually starts from government. When would they talk say government, people go say, why they call government? No, but it starts from government. Government needs to create an enabling environment for Nigerians to be gainfully employed. In every time when they go to pay Nigerians per hour, precious. Nothing go there wrong if they begin paying Nigerians per hour. When I was growing up, and they tell you, say, Would they see morning and night shift work for Nigeria here? I know that at a point in time, I know I had people who were doing money, elders, seniors. They go tell say that they go night shift. Some people say afternoon shift is the work in this country. So what they can make the situation worse like this? Nobody say even this government they give you any social welfare. The only welfare where this government know, right? Since when APC come into power, now palliative. And the palliative where they give, they go announce one big amount. But we know they even know who they collect them. Suddenly Nigeria we don't go and define people saying that the poor of the poorest. We don't even know where they live. Poor of the poorest, no data, nothing. That are able to don't chop her own from poor of the poorest. From the sweat of the poor of the poorest, she don't clean out. The woman went there for that ministry before her, poor of the poorest, he don't clean out. The new person they appoint, poor of the poorest, he they clean out. So how do you justify it? Nigerians are leaving this country in droves, seeking for greener pasture. If you are working in the morgue, if you work for mortuary abroad, you know how much you go to earn. People when they work for mortuary, how much do they pay them? They never feel pay doctor better money. People say they work for mortuary, they go pay better money. Nigerians when they send go prison, you know the size they be compared to the people they go prison abroad. So where do we start from? A lot has gone wrong. So make government wake up. Make government wake up. You see, I don't know. This thing they pay me because even the way embassies they treat Nigerians, the kind of money that embassies they make from Nigerians, not make Nigerians they find corner way to go abroad. You can apply for visa. Sometimes the embassy go collect $100. Sometimes $200. Some now $150. All this money they go collect them, they go still not give you visa. They not go return your money. So in Nigeria don't become a country where everybody they survive on the poor man. And the poor man they suffer and pass.
All right, so talking about how hard Nigeria done day now, see today, 8th of June in 1998, if I remember, and the day we say General Sani Abacha died. And so right now, people they celebrate some they talk for, some they talk against. Now, some they share their ideas on how repressive the administration been. They the fact say people need to fear to talk then, people need to fear talk during that administration. While some others they talk say whether we like them or not, a lot of development happened during Abacha tenure. As a matter of fact, this now something we be say in family post. They say general, Nigeria is worse than you left it. That is say for Tinubu tenure. Say for this Tinubu administration, say Nigeria don't do worse than you leave them. I think they talk say that you be the bad person. But right now, Nigeria don't do worse than you leave them. Why some people they talk about all the things and when do, some people come they talk say, but again, say Abacha did well because he been there on different sanctions from international communities. Even with those sanctions, Nigeria no ever did as bad as it did now for inside this democratic dispensation. Even with the sanctions when you get to suffer. Right now, we'll not get any sanctions, but yet we suffer the kinds of what we suffer now. I would like me to just put mouth inside.
I've always said that I am not one of those who believe that the worst democracy is better than a military government. Because why? If you check all the infrastructure for this country, precious, you will not say, now when we get military rule, now we really get infrastructure. What we have today in terms of infrastructure, our political class, when they embezzle and they give us inferior items. I agree that nobody wants to be governed under the gun, gun being pointed to your head, your inability to express yourself, and all of that. But when you look back from when Abacha's regime, you ask yourself, how much was the dollar to the naira? How much was it? And how much is the dollar to the naira today? So what has changed? Nigeria has not changed. The only thing that has changed is governance. Bad governance. Leaders without a vision. The blind, one-eyed man becomes a king amongst the blind. That is what you have. Abacha came, saw, conquered, and he has gone. Yes, people will say all manner of things against him. But I'll tell you, when you sit back to reflect, you would have preferred Abacha to what we have in Nigeria today. Because the suffering in Nigeria today is unprecedented. Make we talk about it. People, they suffer. Precious, people, they suffer. Make we not pretend. People are going through a lot. These days, to pick phone call of number when I know Sabi, I need to feel pick up. Because some people know they use the normal number when they take Sabi, me they call. Now number when I know Sabi, then they use. Sometimes I will open my WhatsApp, I know they read some message. Because most of those messages, now somebody they ask you for one small help, 1,000, 2,000, help me buy drugs, help me do this. Things have gone worse, things have gone bad. So that is why it annoys me when I see politicians saying, oh, the country has moved forward, the country is doing better. I keep asking myself, what part of the planet are they from? There was a video trending yesterday or so, I don't know if you saw it, in Abuja, where a man, a good Samaritan, saw people that had accidents and brought them to the hospital.
Let me even play the video. It is painful. Oh, I don't know why.
To the hospital. And whether not the doctor or not the patron was just talking that no help, no. I mean, I felt disgusted. Meanwhile, the FCT minister will open mouth. They jump all over the place. They do press conference. They beat in chest, saying don't do, don't do. And the lady said they don't have the personnel. So where are we headed to? That video really broke me down. It really broke. That video is just what Nigeria is. And that's why I keep praying every day. May Nigeria never happen to anybody that is close to me. Because when Nigeria happens to you, it's either you die or you become completely demobilized.
I agree with you because I saw that video. It was so painful. And I just imagine what the families of these people would do. And then it just proves to you that most times Nigerians die from very unavoidable situations.
Exactly.
Things where BC not supposed to kill them, now they
If
kill them.
now abroad that emergency coming, precious, if now abroad that emergency coming, then go do everything to first of all save the life. They go do everything. But no, nobody will do that. Nobody thinks about that. Because the system is so corrupt. So how can you tell me that the whole Federal Medical Center in Abuja, you don't get doctors, you don't get nobody? And you have an FCT minister that calls himself a lion. I've been a tiger, I've been
no,
elephant.
Nah, yeah, lion. No give her no Christian.
No, I mean, because when you keep going about beating your chest and saying you have done this, you have done that, oh, little things like that. If Nigeria was a saint country, minister for don't come out there, for don't resign yesterday because it shows that he's not doing what he's supposed to do. That is a failure on the,
so you know the most
that is a failure on the part of the minister of the FCT.
You know the most annoying thing about that video is even the part that the lady said they don't even have hand gloves.
I mean, it was pathetic.
Hand gloves.
It was pathetic. So what if we get a bust up and I say, well, you want to do 17, I've been at 19, you want commission 19, I've been at 22 projects. When even ordinary hospital do not have gloves, would they not have an majestic? So I beg. Precious, I beg that.
All right.
No, see that video. That video, don't play that video. That video spoil my.
No, not before you.
Spoil my mind.
For others. No vex. Make a play and make others official because waiting would they do now to educate people. Make a play and make others.
People bring out the patient. I
go block
carry
myself.
them. Say people they should bring out the patient. See what you are saying. It's not. You said people they should bring it. You what are you doing? You don't understand what? I have already bring the patient here. Do you want me to do your work? What are you saying? Oh, it's not your work. You are on camera that you are saying it's not your work. You are on camera. You are on camera. You are saying that I'm recording you. What nonsense? I just assist some people. People are nearly dying. I just assist them. You say, can't you call them? See how this guy see his situation. See his situation. It's something that you are on record, so you are on record. I just see some people on the road. I just assist them. You are saying that. Must you open the car? It's open.
Where is what's his name? Elijah.
Let him die inside the car. No, my sister, I have already did my best for me to see some people there and bring them to hospital. She's saying she's not my distance, it's not her duty, it's not. If it is your relative, can you leave him the way he is? If it is your relative, the person, there's no hand glove. Okay, there's no hand glove. Minister of FCT, Minister of City will see this video. You said there's no hand glove. You see this video viral. You said there's no hand glove in the hospital. No problem. No. I just see those people. They had an accident. I just carried them to hospital. You said there's no hand glove. This is what you said, ba? No problem. Leave him. Let him die there. I am on the video because there's no way. Yes. See the patient. See his situation. Which kind of country? See him. This guy is nearly dying.
Jeez.
People should bring him out now.
People should bring him out. What is your work? Let me. Federal Medical Center. No sense. Accident on emergency unit. I brought a patient. All of them are relaxing. Nobody will come and pick the patient. Yes, the guy is nearly dying because they say Elisha. There's nothing like help and carry. I'm here for more than 15 minutes. She can't. That's why I'm doing the videos. You don't have manpower. You don't have staff. So let the minister see that at Federal Medical Center there's no staff. Yes. Okay. Not a patient relative. I just see them. They had an accident here. I bring them. You need what? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? If you don't have manpower, tell the honorable minister, whosoever, that at least you need more staff.
I have to stop it at this point. I just hope that YouTube does not do anything because because of YouTube policies, I can't play this further. Oops, this is very sad to say. Prince Francis Chilaka, your pattern shot. Let's go home.
My pattern shot. We should all pray that Nigeria never happens to us.
God forbid.
Nigerians should stop licking the ass of the politicians. Nigerians should stand up. Nigerians should know that sovereignty belongs to them. Power belongs to the Nigerian people. Use it well. 2027 is close by. Get your voter's card. Let us go there and exercise our fundamental rights, our civic responsibility. Let us not be part of those who will say, oh, our votes don't count. Your votes don't count when you don't vote, when you don't come out to vote. Please, Nigerians, we can get it right. We can do the right thing. We can ensure that this country works. We can push our political leaders, our traditional rulers, our religious leaders. We can push them to the point where they will begin to do the right thing. And we need to start doing it across board. When I don't forget to, when I go follow me like in my village.
Please follow him like his village people, Jerry. Oh, jeez. Please, dear, follow Prince Francis Chilaka on the at the Naked Truth TV 01. The Naked Truth TV 01. Prince Francis, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you big time. And do not forget that tomorrow, guys, we'll be having Professor Chidio Dinkalo join us in the studio tomorrow. Let me quickly see if I can rush one call before we go. I'll be having Professor John. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Welcome, sir. If you can make it quick, Sam. We're about wrapping up. Good evening, Sam. Welcome.
Okay. Please, let me make it in a brief. Mr. Aegis Waka, Mr. Aegis calling from Indonesia.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. See, honestly, this problem and all these things is getting out of hand, honestly. So you see, these things we are talking about, honestly, until we stop licking the ass of the politicians, these things can never stop. In a normal country, that is federal, that is the weekend supposed to step down yesterday for seeing this type of video that you played here. Honestly, I must be frank with you. So, and again, see in Ogun State, because of 1,500 naira, that is why they killed one woman, because they are collecting all this alamajiri, they are collecting something from the market women. Because of 1,500, they killed the woman. I saw the video. It was so painful. So, honestly, President Aka said it all. Please.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Well, if you watched the show from the beginning, you would have heard that we addressed that issue. Thank you so much, Prince Francis Chilaka. Reminding everyone again tomorrow, we're going to have a big day, having a huge conversation tomorrow. Please ensure that you keep it a date. Thank you. Once more, I appreciate you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. And to Nigerians, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Protect your mental health because wahala need to finish. I love you guys. See you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for always supporting us. Thank you so much for always being there. We appreciate you big time. And then may your water never run dry. My papa go say the water way good drink. No way ever run past you. May your water never run past you. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Good night and God bless.